Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is part 3 of transfer of property. For part 1 and 2, you can see the YouTube description box as well as the comment section. Now today I am going to deal with property which cannot be transferred. Section 6. So here is general rule. Every kind of property can be transferred. Every kind. General rule is every kind of property can be transferred. Now what every kind is important here. But following properties cannot be transferred. So it is not given as what kind of property can be transferred. It is given in the manner that blood cannot be transferred. Cannot. Okay. Chances of your apparent. Chance of your apparent space succession is chance of your apparent, which means space succession is. We have already read this in Hindu law, right? This means an interest which has not arisen in future. An interest which has not arisen in future. Mere chance of successions. It is in anticipations or hope of succeeding to instead of a deceased person. Mere chance of succession. Space succession is. Just as chance is not property and as such cannot be transferred. It is not property. This chance is not property, and that's why it cannot be transferred. If it is transferred, the transfer is wholly void. The effect of such transfer will be what? It will be wholly void. V-O-I-D, void. Invalid. Example: A is the owner of the property and B is his son. So here two persons are involved here, A and B. A is owner, B is the son of the owner. B is the heir of A. This type of property which B hopes to get after the death of the father cannot be transferred during the lifetime of A, because B will only get that property after the death of his father. So B is not the owner of that property. He has no valid title and hence he cannot transfer it. So we have read what does it mean by space succession is first of all the definition, the meaning, second an example. If you write examples in exam, then it will fetch more marks. Right of re-entry. It means right of leaser to reclaim the leased property from leasee on breach of contract or express condition. It is personal benefit which can be transferred. So it means right of leaser. To reclaim the leased property. Leaser means the person who leases the property to another. To reclaim the leased property, of course he has right to reclaim because he is the owner. From leasee on breach of contract. On what condition? It may be on breach of contract or express condition. It is personal benefit which can be transferred. Example: if A leases to person A and B. A leases his property to B with a condition that if he sublets the leased land, A will have the right to re-enter. A, the lease will terminate. This right to re-enter is personal benefit available to A, which can be transferred. This is personal benefit. A has the right over his ownership, and which can be transferred. Transfer of easement. Easement is right of way. An easement means an interest in land owned by another that entitled his holders to a specific limited use or enjoyment. Specific. This is specific and limited. And it may be use or enjoyment. An easement cannot be transferred. Example: if A, the owner of a house X, has the right of way over an adjoining plot of land belonging to B, he cannot transfer this right of way to C. But if he transfers the house itself to C, the easement is also transferred to C. That's very easy. Then comes restricted interest. So we need to understand the meaning of restricted interest. Certain rights enjoyment of which is reserved for certain person. Reserved, okay, for certain person. If it is so, it is known as restricted interest. For example, restricted interest can be transferred to another person. It includes religious office. Okay, example: the right of pujari in a temple to receive offering. Okay, then another example is the right of widow under Hindu law to residence. Then right to fish or maintenance. This is also this type of things cannot be transferred. Right to fish or maintenance is personal benefit to whom it is granted. However, arrears of past maintenance can be transferred. But another thing is that arrears of past maintenance can be transferred. Example: the right of a Hindu widow to maintain is a personal right which cannot be transferred. Right of a Hindu widow, okay, to maintenance is a personal right which cannot be transferred. Then comes right to sue. A mirror right to sue cannot be transferred. Right to sue means right to sue. A mirror right to sue cannot be transferred. The right refers to a right to damage arising out of the contracts as well as torts. This right refers to what? Right to damage arising both out of contracts as well as torts. For example, A commits an assault on B. Assault, okay? B can file a suit to obtain damages, but he cannot assign the right to C and allow him to obtain damages. This is wholly stupid. Right to sue. Then comes transfer of public office. Means it includes religious office as well as. It is against public policy to transfer public offices against public policy. Why it is not transferable? The reason is against public policy. To transfer public offices, not officers, officers, salary and pension. Pension and salary are given on personal basis. It can't be transferred. Then occupancy right. Occupancy right means to transfer of occupancy right of a tenant is prohibited. The tenant cannot transfer his occupancy right. Occupancy means the right to the tenant can use the land for the purpose of tenancy. This right cannot be transferred because this is only given to the tenant and no other. Example, tenant can transfer his right of tenancy and farmer can't transfer his right to land if he himself is a leasee. Then comes restraint and transfer or rule against inalienability. It may be rules against perpetuity. We'll read it in our next video. So what do we read in this video? We read property which cannot be transferred, which is given in, of course, section 6. It's all about section 6.